Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Hardspace Shipbreaker. We're just picking up where we left off before. Let's have a look what's going on in the equipment department. See what's happening here. Scarlet's been activated. Alright, yeah, anyway, okay, cool, everything's fairly well repaired, that's cool. The economy of LT is absolutely eye-gougingly outrageous. How much am I supposed to get for that? 350. It's alright, boys. I got $4.50. I can buy some mixed lollies down at the milk bar. That's about it. But nothing that helps my job directly, apart from, I suppose, a sugar kick from some mixed lollies, but I digress. Let's get in there and fire up a new bloody hull. Look at this. We've got javelins now. That's right, because we did a reactor pull previously. Alright, so here's the question. Do we do a javelin, or do we do a reacted mackerel? Now that, you know what, actually, I want to just go into, what is that, a station hopper? Exo lab. I want to do a station hopper mackerel, right? And now that they've put more of the juicy parts in it, right? Now that the reactors will be in there, I want to see what this looks like first. And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. All right, so... What are you laughing at, Scarlet? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, actually, I was also musing.
Morning there, Carter. Morning, Rick.
Do we not have keys anymore?
Forgot to give you a pretty hot tip. You know all those supplies you can buy at the kiosk? You know, O2, patch kits, fuel, that kind of thing?
Well,
You
yeah.
can actually scrounge a lot of that stuff for free from the ships.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
You know that's against regs. It's not a big deal. It's also not safe. Nor sanitary. Come on, what? You know how long that stuff's been floating.
Isn't this the same Sheila that wants to unionize?
There's
So I already didn't like her that much. And now she's like, let's just bloody steal shit off these ships.
okay.
On an open bloody channel. A work channel. It's not even Discord.
For their well-being, does it? Look, Lou, I need you to try to follow the rules now. You hear?
Oh, Weaver.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
You're gonna get in so much trouble. What a shit boss.
Cutter, I encourage you not to huff any old oxygen can you find.
No, I won't, Weaver, because I am actually a professional
Monitor your vitals.
and I follow the rules.
For God's sakes, don't eat anything you find.
Ted Hastings was here, he would issue her a Reg 15 notice because we follow
Weaver out.
these rules to the letter of the law, team, to the letter.
Account credit applied.
Let's put this in here. Alright, so I'm going to take off these sexy parts. So my sort of meta challenge now is, now that the game's sort of making me do whole buffalo, whether I like it or not, I'm now kind of the mindset of what can I get away with and what can I salvage to avoid doing as much whole buffalo as possible. So that's my bloody life objective here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright. Also, it's probably worth noting, I mean, I hope this doesn't turn out to be ironically funny, but there was something off about my audio file. It was out of sync on the last video, and hopefully I've corrected it on this one.
Account credit applied.
I don't know why, particularly with this game, sometimes my own coder cracks the sads, and yeah, it will sort of bump the video and the audio out of sync. So fingers crossed, we don't see a repeat of that this time. The boy was just like me. Alright, so... Is there a reactor in here? I think so. I don't have the right bloody thing to look. Alright. I kind of like the interference that my my little radio's getting. Wait, where are you going? I told you. Oops. Did that bump into that? Oh, it did. It clipped it. God damn it. Alright. Look at that. Give me my points.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, shit. That thing was going. That thing was really going. Right, so presumably these junction boxes go for a pretty penny, right? Oh, yeah, they're not bad.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage gained.
Now, here's the thing. Can I actually salvage oxygen? No, I can only huff it. Whatever. Right. Oh, this is going to have a fuel thing in it, isn't it? There we go.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm out of tethers. Okay. Up we go. Ooh. It's alright, that's what your big bloody square head's for. Shock absorber.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Tethers.
Thank you for your purchase.
We did just steal some O2, didn't we? So we're okay. Geez, those tethers are pulling hard. Did I upgrade them? I can't remember.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
I'll tell you what, I'll always love the mackerel, man. The thruster? Was there a thruster in there? Oops. I didn't realize. I thought it was actually empty of a thruster. My bad.
Processing valuable object.
I guess it'd make sense if the thruster was in there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, it's gonna rip that off, isn't it? Oh, wait, it's holding? Holding? Right up until it isn't. Let's leave that be. Mission fail, we'll get him next time.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
No tethers available. Tell you what, the sooner we get more of these, the happier I'll be.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
I thought it sort of flicks you upwards or downwards, but it seems it flicks you up. Okay. Oh wow, that's what I got all that red for. Presumably it'll be from that thruster. So many value lights. Get out of here with that shit. Those lights can get stuffed, man. So we're doing all right. We're almost at 2 with 6 minutes to go. So I got a little something floating around in the back of my brain right now, actually. Hang on. What do you reckon the relative value of this cockpit is from a barge perspective? Can I boop you? Barge? No. Alright. Let's say we cut the wings off this thing. Oh, something's going on in my brain right now, team. What is going on up here? I never know, man. Alright, we'll cut its little wings off. Alright. This is going to upset some people. Fuck them. It's Squareonomics. Squareometry 101. Bloody classes in session with Professor Scarlet Squarehead. What happens if I put that in there?
Valuable object.
Might lose third tier. Whatever.
Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We wrap.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Hang on.
Credits awarded.
What if I take it out now? Well, let's go Y. Give it back. Give it back. Oh, I'm running out of oxygen. Uh-oh. Well, it didn't give red. How about that, boys? And boyettes.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Oxygen level stabilized.
2 tethers. I'll buy some tethers, whatever. Alright, so it doesn't want to give it back. That's interesting. No, I'm not done with you, sir. Can I get in there? Oh, here we go. But it's still got the bits in here, right? Alright, now I salvaged this bit already, apparently, so what happens if I fuck it? Oh, seems it's invulnerable? I can't untag it? Okay. Scarlet, what are you doing? Some weird shit going on here. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's leave all that be then. Nice. Okay, so that was interesting. It got me to 2. Well, now here's another question. How much is the furnace stuff really worth, right? Because that won't be worth that much. That's something that we established early on. Is that, like, aluminium metal in this game is actually, like, it holds nothing compared to, like, say, nanocarbon, right? So what if we just go and fucking dumpster this thing and see what happens? Alright, now what happens? I did a whole buffalo. Huh.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Brrr, there goes 3. Alright, boys, the experiment continues.
1 minute left. Cut.
That's okay.
Time to start wrapping things up.
Alright, so how much of the ship can I throw in the wrong hole before I get in trouble? Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll clock out. Clock out. Early knockoff, boys. Destroyed the entire installation. Early knockoff. Alright, look at that. Perfect. Oh wow, that was some lag in that window opening then. I don't know if the game likes me doing what I just did. Start shift. I don't think we can continue with that hull, sadly. The Saucy Venus. And what are you? Heavy. I like heavy cargo. Yeah, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue this belligerent experimentation, if you don't mind. Right. So, I don't have the ability to cut the skin at all, right? So I think internally cutting the cockpit off and then cutting the floors out, the floor and the ceiling. It's kind of the only way to go. And all these external accoutrements is like something, I just have to do this manually. It has to be done. Oh. Right. Don't suppose you'll pressurize? No.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
You go to the barge, don't you? Okay, so you're a little bit of an exception to the rule. I remember this. This is bullshit. Asteroid shard?
Credits deposited.
What are asteroids doing in me ship? Alright, get this thing out of here. Did that not tether to the right part? Oh, I think that tethered to the greater ship. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So let's consider, yeah, look. Well, actually, hang on, what's in the center of this? Some aluminium. This is interesting because it's so open plan. Processor. Like, there's no internal wall here. That's all processor. Oh, this is fascinating. Hang on. This is some furnaceable bullshit. Oh, that's because it's the airlock. Okay. I sort of see that. Processor. Alright, what's going on in the walls? We've got a little bit of oh, okay, we got some shit in the walls. Alright. Here's what my bloody big old square head's starting to do. It's thinking, I guess I could probably use this cutter, right? I'm just used to actually being able to cut the skin. Oh, the glory days. Right, so my thought is... we cut it on the diagonal points. Thruster damaged. No good. Now what's this? That seems to be indestructible. That is kind of problematic. How do I disconnect that? How do I disconnect that? Alright, because we can cut that. And we can cut that. This is aggravating. This here, this hatch bullshit. Is firm. That kind of throws a big spanner in the works of my plan. I wonder if I do cut this, will it release entirely, maybe? Okay, good. That helps. I'll piss this shit out of the way. Push this with my head. Is there a thruster in there? There is too. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo-doo. Alright, the plan still stands, but that was a little bit of a spanner in the works. We'll push you out there. Goodbye. Alright. Oh, what's going on there? O2 low. Let's go. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Oops, no, don't pull that off. That's important. Right, so that ship should actually be cut clean in half now. I just cut it on the diagonal, sort of point to point.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Oxygen levels.
Oh, fuel's low? I see. Fuck it, we'll get some tethers while I'm here. We'll cut this bloke off. Right, so we should actually be able to split this thing in half, right?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Split it. Not bad, not bad.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
This thing's bloody heavy. Am I supposed to salvage this stupid thing? Hang on, let's see if I get value for that. Well, it's stupid. I don't know. It's an interesting new thing, perhaps. Is there value from the asteroid built into the actual hull? There shouldn't be. Surely there shouldn't be. Wow, a lot of it. That's weird. I would have assumed they estimated the hull value from like its onboard documentation and that sort of stuff, but no, apparently the random asteroids are part of its overall value. Interesting.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Off you go. Try not to take the ship with you. That's cool. You get 30 rocks, you get a sticker. Oh, sorry. You must have me confused with some sad boy that collects stickers. Put it right there on my shelf next to me bloody Hazo and Pog collection.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, these got heavier all of a sudden. Hang on, what's going on here? Oh, I'm out of tethers. Uh-oh. That I didn't realise. Off you go. Anytime now would be great. Okay, that's good.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I don't have tethers, right?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured.
Oh, damn it.
Account credit applied.
Wait, where'd that fuel come from?
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left to the ship.
Where was that?
Turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. We wrap.
Pitter patter. Alright.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Tethers.
For your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
O2.
Thank
Stuff it. We'll do the old Scarlet maneuver. In you go.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Guess my little asteroids didn't make it. Out of God damn it.
Material deposited.
Oops.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Tether lifetime's not good. Yeah, that's a fair point. Gonna get the big old the best part of this song. No, bring me back. Bring me back.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day.
Oh, look at that. She's got it. Destroyed aluminium, who cares? Shove it all in? No, no, no. Inch by inch like a gentleman, my friend. Look at those physics are having a hard time, boys. What is going on there? Oh. God, that's a tight fit. Not a lot of clearance there. Alright, well, there we have it. The old bloody chopping the fish head off and throwing it straight in the barge doesn't really work. Oh, it's a mackerel as well. That worked out well. No, I totally meant that. So that was alright, but it didn't quite get us where we wanted to get. So I gotta wonder, we clearly need to put the head in. I've got, what, 20 seconds left? Not bad for someone with shit gear. One shift. I've nearly done the tier 3 in one shift. I just gotta figure out, there'll be a way to get the stuff out of the head a little bit easier. I think off the top of my head, as far as like a setup goes, if we can create sort of a symmetrical, because remember the ship is symmetric, so we should be able to cut the head off the ship, but we might actually be able to sort of string out a tether on the left and the right to the bloody bollards above in such a way that we might be able to sort of twist it and hold it. We might be able to do a three-way sort of thing. So like cut the head off, the left and right of it, or port and starboard, I suppose we're in space, to the top bollards, and then maybe one to the front one where the shop is. We might be able to make it turn so that the oh, it's still got the rear? Oh, did I not do the rear? Oh. Okay, that changes things. I wonder if the rear would do it. That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, we're going to leave it there anyway, because that's long enough for an episode. We're getting there. We're getting there. I kind of like the idea of just dumping things in the wrong hole up to the threshold that you can sort of get away with it. Very interesting that things that go in the barge, while you can't get them back, they don't necessarily count as milestone deletus sort of thing. So that's something we can absolutely work on. Things that come to mind, for example, maybe like on a larger gecko station hopper or something where you have a panel, a floor panel, and it'll probably have like 20 seats attached to it. Stick that sucker straight in the barge. Don't worry about that panel. There's no way that panel's worth it. But you can put it in there like it's one of those Cadbury blocks of chocolate with all the little seats all still attached. Dump that straight in the barge. We used to do something like that back in the day, but I think it would work with this basically. Cool. Anyway, good fun. Team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.